Yes, Patrick, we are streaming. Ooh, you're rocking back and forth. If this was in elementary school, I'd just make fun of you. Now I know it's because you have a condition. What's up? Welcome to a break. Do you remember the good old days? I'm
Yeah.
working on a joke about that. It's the
Same.
good old days. It's the good old what? Fucking autism?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. It's I mean, mine's more horror themed, but
No, I was the premise of the joke is essentially like a big reason everyone's so stressed out is because we're like learning too much about life. And like back in the day, it was just like if someone had a mental condition, you're like, he's just being gay.
Yeah.
Or if we couldn't explain something in science, you could have been like, damn, God did that? You know what I mean? It's like the more you learn. And it was just so simple. You know what I mean? Like I remember I was watching Mad Men.
Yeah.
And his wife was like, "Hey, I'm upset about this, and I think that's valid." And he's like, "Wow, she's going crazy."
Yeah.
My wife is giving me push.
Together, woman.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, mine's more how people in horror movies when I was watching up weren't necessarily evil; they were just kind of misdiagnosed. Like I joke about how Leatherface went to my school. He actually went to all of our schools, and this is I'll give you the exact visual.
What
and
was
I think
Leatherface? Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, that's Leatherface. That's a big.
Sorry, I'm bad with the ones where the movie isn't the name of the guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get that. Yeah. So he's the guy that
because
mankind.
I remember I found out his name isn't Hellraiser, it's Pinhead or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, first off, Hellraiser's got to be his name. That's way better than Pinhead.
You call him Hellraiser because it's one of those things of like actually is Frankenstein's monster. It's suck a dick. Okay, his name is Frankenstein. Okay, we call him Frank for short.
Dude, you wanna make people fucking rip their fucking hair out?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, my favorite thing in the fucking world is calling Link Zelda. Being like,
yeah.
I love playing Zelda. You know, the guy with the sword. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, you know that guy, Zelda.
Yeah, but I'm sorry.
No, I was saying just
Leatherface went to your school.
Leatherface went. Well, I think he went to everybody's school. He's the guy that wore the button-up shirt all the way, and then wore his backpack real tight, like tall, like up top, up here, and ran to all his class. He practiced.
That was Leatherface.
Yeah, he practiced karate moves at his bus stop and shit like that. You remember the guy?
Dude, every school did have a kid who sprinted to shit. We had one dude in college. I don't know if anyone else called him this, but I called him Afro Ninja just because I was like watching that anime at the time, and he was this big Jack Black dude. But he wasn't like bodybuilder jacked. He was, I do a lot of handstands jacked. Like he was like rock climbing jacked, where you don't look super jacked, but you can put yourself on a pole sideways like that.
Yeah.
Where
you're like, what are you gonna do with that? Cool. If there's ever a hurricane, you're cool. If we ever need to mimic a fucking tornado, you're up for the job, buddy. If we don't have special effects, we need you. But other than that, you got great abs.
Can I be fair though, Pat? When you watch that video of dudes falling off that building, that's what made you want to do a pull-up. So you know what I mean?
That's a really good point.
When are you going to fall off a building? You never go past the third floor. I know you.
I get up there and I hot dog, man. I get up on the roof and I start fucking dancing and shit. That's the only time I skank is when I'm on top of a skyscraper.
Yeah, I don't know if but yeah, Afro Ninja would do that. He would just fucking Naruto run. And this was before anime was as accepted. Yeah. But he would bust out a Naruto run from class to class.
The one in my school wasn't actually that. He was also very much in shape, but it was like a shaved ape. You know what I mean? Like he looked like he didn't look necessarily
albino?
Kinda. No, not albino, but like legitimately, like he kind of did look like Goku. He really was like living the life. You know what I'm saying? He was an anime nerd, like through and through. He was retconning, but but he would do a thing where, like, of course, everybody would make fun of him on the bus, and then he would do the dramatic heavy breathing before he would go. He would power up and shit. Dude, it was.
Dude, he'd hit before he hit you with a spirit bomb.
Yeah, legitimately, dude. He Oh my god, dude!
It's so fucking funny.
I'm just remembering he actually like acted like he shot something, but just screamed as loud. Like I think he was just willing it to happen, and nothing happened. And dude, everybody, like I even was like, wow, and like had to laugh quite a bit at this because I was like, I feel bad for him. It was one of those things where you're like, come on, man, we all know he ain't right, but
Yeah.
but like every time he was just, and he went, he did that, he did this, and went, ah.
That kid's just sick.
Yeah, he was
Dude.
convinced it was gonna happen, but
he'd ride the fucking he'd ride the bus, hit you with a little bit of a special beam cannon, just have a good fucking day. No, yeah. I was accidentally a bully because I didn't understand people's weird mental disorder quirks. Like I would just be like, I would make fun of them because I'd be like, look at this guy just trying to get attention. Like there was a kid.
Yeah.
My buddy's little brother, I remember, because like I was chill with him, but he just was rocking, like he was one of those dudes, one of those boys, just fucking rocking on the bus. And I'm sitting there being like, why would you do that for attention? You're clearly just doing that for attention. Yeah. And I started like making fun of him to my friends. And then I would do this sometimes though, where I would start a chain of making fun of people, but like, you know when you make fun of someone, but you're just kind of like, it's like a 3 for me. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not trying to fucking body this guy. So I remember I would do that sometimes where I'd make fun of people, but it'd be like a 3 or a 4, and then you'd have that friend who's like, "Oh, you've set up the parameters of how I can hurt this person," and then they would gear that up to a fucking 10, and you'd be like, "Oh my god!" You'd be like, "Oh fucking Uncle Ben." You're like, "Dog, great power comes great responsibility. You got to chill the fuck out."
I gotta tell you, Andy, I totally know what you're talking about, and I agree. But as the fat kid on the bus, any way that I could draw eyes away from me and towards somebody else, I wouldn't necessarily initiate, but if I could deflect to like, hey, what about fucking Goku up there? And they just be like, yeah, that fucking weirdo. I'm like, yeah, right, that guy sucks, huh? And I just dip out and put my headphones on, and I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely, it was all about survival for me, man.
100%. You were 100% coward.
Every man for himself, dude. Fuck you, Goku.
Absolute coward.
You can absolutely body these kids. You absolutely have the strength. I don't know about the training. He did practice bow stab shit it was really weird. He probably is a great martial artist. Knowing
fuck them up. Maybe he was sitting there being like, I've got too much power. I just have to let them do this.
He pitied them. He was actually one of those. He's like, mortals, you mere mortals, you mean nothing to me.
I gotta address this comment here because I posted Rod. You know what? I've seen this dude comment all the time, and I've never said his name out loud.
Rostradamus?
Rostradamus.
Damn it, I'm fucking dumb. I added an S. Where'd the S come from?
Yeah, you gave him an S. Yes, because you think he's super though, Pat. You're just being positive.
Okay.
But he goes, ask Andy about time zones. Cheers, boys. Yeah, dude, I got fucking clown, dude. I got tricked. No, I posted wait, let me pull it up just to double check exactly the dumb thing I did. It was very funny. No, I posted going live with Drag the Lake at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Let everyone know on Twitter. And then my man here, Roderadamus, he tweets FFS for fuck's sake. It's 11:20 already over here. Guess I missed it. And then I comment, sorry, we couldn't record earlier today. Had to switch it to the evening. We'll be back normal next week. And then I go, fuck. I already tweeted that. So I can't delete it. And I was just like, fuck, I missed the joke. And it was funny too, because shout out Black Mark. He was in the comments like, he goes, nah, it's in 40 minutes. You're good. And then Mark goes, oh, wait. And like, we both got fucking duped.
Oh, wait. So he didn't know either.
Neither of us knew. He hit Roder Adamas hit us 2 times on that one. So me and Black Mark are victims of Roder Adamis's next level hijinks. But it's a fun, silly way to start off the day. This is Drag the Lake. We got a bunch of fun fucking shit to talk about. I got a bunch of little stuff, but there were some big things. Wait, what were the fucking topics? I wanted to talk about AI. There was another big thing we wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah. Was it the Green Day thing, or was it there was another?
No, we already talked about Green Day.
Well, no, there was something on that we just talked about on the new music episode that you said.
Yeah, AI music.
Oh, damn. Well, that shows you how good I am at this.
There was something else. There was something else. It'll come back to me. I got a bunch of good little shit
Did you send
going
it to me?
on. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Uh,
Oh,
we know how to talk.
know.
We can fill the fucking time. It doesn't
That's
matter.
true.
We're very good at talking.
Is it the salt thing? Was it something to do with the salt?
The salt. The what?
You sent me a picture of salt. The
Um.
haywire salt.
Oh, actually, I got great news in the Haywire camp, dude. I think we're in the clear on Haywire.
Oh, thank God.
So, do you know FYA Fest?
No.
Big fest in Florida. It's kind of like LBD, LDB, whatever that one is. I never remember which one it is.
FYA. What the fuck does that mean?
Fuck yeah. I don't know.
Fuck your ass.
Oh, I think. Fuck your ass. Let's hear
Fuck
some
your
hardcore.
ass festival.
But it's one of those. It's one of those like the LDB, LBD, whatever that one is, where it's just hardcore for fucking 20 hours straight.
Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of bands. They do it in Florida. It's a good time. Tsunami, I guess, was headlining today's show.
Oh.
But hey Pat, who's playing at 2:30?
I can't. I don't know which one. I'm gonna assume it's Haywire because we mentioned it. Oh, look at that! There he is.
It's Haywire, dude.
Oh man, still the worst logo, but still one of my new favorite bands. And so are you saying that because they're on FYA Festival, they are not confirmed?
They can't be Naughty Boys. They're on FYA.
Sure. Yeah.
They can't be Naughty Boys.
Yeah.
For people who aren't sure what we're talking about, when we did the two new music from Fridays ago, check out the new one. We toured Green Day a new Sphincter for 25 minutes. Then we actually talked about new music. It was a good goddamn time. But the week before that, there was some debate on whether Haywire were some naughty boys. They had some symbolism that were just not sitting right with us. So we had to do some. Internal, not internal. We hired Haywire. But no, we had to do some investigation on Haywire, and I see right here, dude, they're playing the 2:30 slot at FYA. You're telling me Haywire is some naughty boys, thinking some naughty things, and the FYA is gonna let them play?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Well, I think they're
confusing symbolism, maybe, but are they naughty boys at the end of the day? Doesn't seem like it.
Your Honor, I rest my case. I feel like we can close the book on this for now, for Haywire at least. There's still other bands that weren't on that festival. Again, Screwdriver, the jury's still out.
We're still not sure about Screwdriver.
But honestly, until further notice, we're not going to give them our full support. So I just want you guys to know that.
Do you know who is some naughty boys at FYA? And make sure you have, your badge and your gun ready, Pat.
Oh shit.
We might need the pit police on this one.
All right. So
we do have some naughty boys who showed up to FYA.
Oh no.
Pat, I'll give you 3 guesses. It's a 5-second clip. I'll give you
okay.
I'll give you 3 guesses what's about to happen.
I'm assuming a punch. I'm going to say a punch, but I might be oversimplifying. Andy.
All right, what are your give me 2 more just in case it's not a punch.
Oh, well, mistimed stage dive is always good.
Okay.
But it's in the pit, you're saying, right?
It's not. I gave you too much preamble on the fucking time. Whatever it was, Monster Town. What was the band called?
Hold on, I got it here. Monster
Town. That's not
Town Destroyer. That was close.
You know what? Can I explain? Can I explain myself? Can I explain myself?
Please. Kaiju City, right? Pacific Rim. The band.
What was that band we listened to? The last Godzilla movie?
Godzilla -1. I love that music video.
Yo, did I call it Monster Town?
I think you did. I think you said Monster Town.
Oh my god. No, the reason I called them Monster Town is because what are they called? Town Destroyer?
Oh yeah, Town Destroyer. Yeah.
So in my mind, I go, a monster destroys towns.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you were close. Like you were on the same theme. It was just one of those
yeah,
things, like it's hey,
that would be a sick
another
comic
note.
book.
Another
Town
note.
Destroyer would be a sick comic book.
Just lean into the Godzilla shit.
Shout out Foxtrot in the chat.
What up?
We just did or I just did the Foxtrot full album.
Sorry
Go
guys.
watch
Sunday
that.
night I'm having a Canadian light beer.
Hell yeah, dude. But anyway, all right.
Oh,
So
third final guess. I'm gonna say.
I'll give you a third one, dude.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say just a general crowd kill or a not reading of the room.
All right.
I'll keep it vague.
You could say a not reading of the room. Yes.
Okay, we'll take that.
All right. Here we go. It's a ladder.
Dude, I was gonna guess a table. I swear to God, Andy, I was gonna guess a table. This is why you got to go with your first instinct, everybody, because you were right to ask me. You were right to ask me because I was gonna say I don't know, a fucking table or some shit, and then you would have probably been like close.
No. Here's the thing: is I want you to genuinely guess that. I don't want you to be like fucking table or something. I want you to be like, I believe it is a table, or I believe it is.
Think it could happen again. I didn't think. Andy, I didn't believe. I thought table was the line, but 2024, we're starting out with a bang.
Year the ladder, dude. It's year the ladder. Year the knife. Year the knife, dude. Step aside. It's year the ladder.
I also love the fact that the person didn't stop filming in time to not get hit.
I mean, how do you react to that, dude?
They're like, "Is that a fucking
Pat, I want to ask you, how many times have you dealt with a ladder flying through the air? How many times have you dealt with that?
There was one time for the Intercontinental title against Shawn Michaels.
So it was me and Bubba Ray Dudley.
Right. So I'm in there with the Hardy brothers. See? Yeah. I think I never have experienced that. And I really did. I was going to jokingly guess a table because I didn't think that could happen again.
Yeah.
And it didn't technically. So I think so. In this case, we have tables, we have ladders. What's next, Andy?
There's only one thing next. It's chairs, dude. We got to get chairs.
Yeah. So I feel like that, and then we bring out the tax, and we're gonna bring a Hell in the Cell in. Dude, I'm all for themed pits. But like maybe we just let people know if there are weapons allowed. If we could bring in some of those really, all right, look, pit police here. If we're here, if I'm gonna give a judgment here, I'm me and you are we're cool cops. You know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're here to go like, hey, let them fight it out. You know what I mean? That's a lot of paperwork. Let's just see if they can just solve
we let you guys fight, but once someone sets up to punt, that's when we step in.
Yeah, we got to be hey, no ganging up on it, like 1-on-1. But like, if we're talking about tables here,
he was just letting the short kings into the party. Because he was helping the dudes in the back who couldn't see.
As again, Andy, as pit police. Hey, look, I go to shows all the time, guys. Hey, I'm just like you guys. How annoying is it for everybody to ask you to be the one that lifts them up? I'm gonna be one of these. Put that ladder up against my back, brother. Let's get a line going.
Yeah, it's a 5-second clip. There was probably someone 2 seconds before that, like, can we get a ladder?
You get a ladder back here. And if not,
what ladder? What ladder, please?
I want them to throw in one of those super duper cheap ass shiny garbage cans that they used to have in the WWE and just throw
that crumble with one tiny hit.
Yeah, get those just because like in those cookie sheets and shit like that. Like let's have a hardcore match. If we're gonna have, dude, how fucking the wall of death. Sure, we've been there. You've got your
everyone get put in the walls of Jericho. Fuck the wall of death.
Yeah, break the walls.
Bro, can you imagine being in the walls of Jericho while watching Walls of Jericho?
I wouldn't want to be paralyzed. I feel like I would get paralyzed that way.
Isn't it just like a Boston Crab?
It's a Boston Crab, but if somebody falls back and they're holding your legs and your head gets stuck, you're paralyzed. You're dead. You're gonna feel a real hot pop, and then you're not gonna feel anything.
Dude, it's funny too because like this other video was going, Yeah, why is the internet so horny? I'm trying to find this video and I search metalcore in Twitter and immediately just shows me this. Okay, good. There it is. Just shows me this big old butt.
You put in core. I think if you put in core, they're gonna be like, you mean hardcore?
No, so this video, it's just funny seeing that from FYA Fest because this video was going around too and it was making me laugh because now I want to defend this video for a quick second.
Okay.
So if we watch it, sorry, that's really loud.
Which we just
what?
See, like Andy said, we can watch it. It's right there.
What?
You started playing it after you said if we watch it, and you.
But no, if we watch it, so I got a bunch. What the fuck are y'all doing? So here's my thing. So everyone's going like, what's going on with shows now? Now, we're Pit Police. We're also Law and Order Warped Tour unit. Like we have experience under our belts investigating situations at shows.
We are credentialed, obese gentlemen that know hardcore music and the rules that you should abide by.
Yes, exactly. So I see this. I see a bunch of people sitting, but I don't see like smiles on the faces. I don't see people going like, this is a good idea. Like when you see you ever see the ones where they're rowing?
No. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, where they're doing like gimmick shit. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, like one guy goes and like it's lame and I would never say this, but some would call it gay. I would never say that, but like, so it's lame, but they're having a good time. You know, it's a shame that no one's coming in and spin kicking them or hitting them with a good old JL, the John Lennon. Like, it's a shame no one's coming in and neutralizing the situation with a good old JL to the chops.
Give them like, the John Lennon music.
Yeah, imagine if I crowd killed you, pussy.
Giving them that sweet John Lennon. Ka-ding!
Pa-ting!
But I'm gonna practice this, by the way. In MMA class, I want to try the 2-step crab walk where somebody's gonna be like, "What is he doing?" And then the spin kick to just see if I can catch him with it.
You got to try that at jiu-jitsu, dude. Can you imagine when you're ready to roll and you hit him with the fucking John Lennon?
If anything, even if I don't go high, if I go low, that's a fucking leg sweep. That's a takedown. I go right in side control. I'm gonna
That's fucking perfect.
Yeah, so
they're gonna be doing it within 6 months.
But you're right. There is something wrong that none of these people.
That's what I was saying. When they're doing the rowing, although once again I would never say this, but although they look gay as fuck, like they are having a fun time. And these guys do not look like they're having a fun time. Also, the guy recording the video sounds like he's acting, where he's going, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" Sounds acting. And then just the most high quality camera in the middle of the thing. I go, I feel like they're filming a video.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I was gonna say this. So they're it's the fact that they're all sitting down. That's the issue.
Like, well, yeah, because you keep seeing these videos where people are having like I don't know, like the chair is more, I'm sorry, the ladder is like philosophically more forgivable because it's an impulsive act. This is a lot of like,
it's more in the spirit of the art.
Yeah, this is too thought out, like pick me fucking main character syndrome horseshit. Like there's been more of that. Like, oh, we're gonna play Beyblade in the middle of the pit. That's a funny sentence, but when you see that, you go, "Oh, you're actually being obnoxious and annoying."
Yeah,
you're way less than getting a fucking ladder thrown at you.
You're trolling. You're not crowd killing. Again, we as pit police we're here to abide by the laws of the pit, and this is way more. This is like essentially how I feel when I'm on the highway. And I feel like if I get pulled over for going 10 or 15 over, they should definitely be pulling over for 10 or 15 under. Like, that's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, those people are just as much of, if I'm an asshole, those people are definitely a fucking asshole because they're not even getting that. But this is one of those things. I think you're right. This is somebody in the pit. Either this is a planned thing that they're trying to film like a video or live.
Looks
They're
like a
like
music video.
they may have told them to do it.
Yeah.
But or this could be somebody trying to make it about themselves. But either way, it's not exactly like it's happening during the heaviest part. It's just a pretty mellow
It's like a
part
real
of the song.
shoegaze part. I
Yeah.
just the guy going, "What are y'all doing?" And then like the high definition camera makes me suspect. Also, just to clarify, I meant to make the joke that the ladder being thrown is less offensive than that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funnier.
Well, also,
Um,
August Burns Red did a thing at their Christmas Burns Red show where they're like, everybody get down as low as you can, like squat down. And I was like,
what
oh,
he's saying about Slipknot, right?
yeah, where they're like, and then everybody jump up. Ah! You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, to me, I don't know. It doesn't bother me as much, but the antics that you're talking about, like the rowing in the boat and all this stuff,
Rowing sucks.
it has real fucking sports energy, and I don't like it. This kind of feels like a troll. It
Like
feels
in
like
the middle of it's like in the middle of innings in a baseball game.
where they're
If there
like
was a-
stacking cups, where they're like all of a
Yeah.
sudden like, a bunch of dudes are
It's
fucking
too
stacking cups.
contrived.
It's like fuck you just because you want to get on fucking TV, you fucking dumb dickheads. Watch the game. You're here for the game. you
Yeah,
dickheads.
dude. That's why, in a weird way, the fucking ladder's less offensive because it's not
Right.
this like pre-planned, contrived horseshit. And also, I can't find it, but or I don't have it saved, and I don't feel like looking for it. But there's another angle from the stage, and the dude like throws a ladder. And then it lands near a guy, and he throws it again, and it's like it's so. That's the funniest
beach
part
ball.
too. It's the funniest part too because it's like there's a bunch of people who always want to react to that shit and be like, "This isn't safe. This is bad." Blah blah blah. And then you watch the video and you're like, a lot of people are having a good time. Also, that's fucking hilarious. And there's just a million people online being like, "This kind of rules." Like, I don't want to get hit with a ladder, but there's something about it that does rule. It's very dangerous, but it does philosophically rule.
Like you said, this is the ladder is way more accepted. We accept it as the police because we say this is in the spirit of the law, as well as maybe it's not the letter of the law, but you're keeping the spirit of the law alive. This is exactly, it's supposed to be chaos. You're supposed to be paying attention. You're not supposed to be just sitting around like some dickhead just going like, is it fun? It's like we're in a boat. You know?
Yeah.
It's the same, like I said, it's the same idea of a bunch of dudes fucking stacking a bunch of cups in a thing.
Great
but
pause. You said it's like a bunch of dudes fucking. That's I mean, I'm pretty cool with that, dude.
No notes for those guys. But
as you were, gentlemen.
But that's why it's way more acceptable if you like. I don't like to see it necessarily either, but it's way more acceptable for me to see two sports fans fighting in the seats and shit like that, because I get that same feeling when I see them stacking those cups. I want to fucking beat the living shit out of those people because it's like you get emotional at these sporting events. But if you're just sitting there, this shows you that you are not emotionally invested in this game whatsoever. You do not give a fuck about this game. So you're just going to stack a bunch of cups. And it's just like, you're just, I would never say this, but I've heard many people refer to it as gay.
Yeah, it's crazy. I would never talk like that, but I've heard.
I'm just quoting what I heard. It's other people are saying this. I think it was on ESPN. Somebody was saying
we're bringing you guys the info, and people out there that don't talk like us are saying that's gay as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's the actual. Yeah, that was the headline. Gay as.
Dude,
fuck.
I gotta just reiterate something you were saying, where it's like, it's the kind of shit that just feels like. It feels like the shit going on between innings at a fucking baseball game. Like there was a video of a band. There's a video of a band who, like, in the middle of their set, and this is the problem with fucking the TikTokification of everything. Is there's like this one. I saw this clip of this one band who, in the middle of their set, they throw out Twister game, and in the middle of the show they play Twister. And like, dude, the worst part too is you see all these comments from people who are like, they're never gonna go to a show, they're never gonna listen to this band, but like they're hyping these guys up into thinking that this fucking ruled, and it's like, no. Once again, to quote those people, this is gay as fuck.
Yeah, those
This
people that were
fucking
saying that,
sucks.
yeah, those other people in the comments. I don't know what their
Yeah,
names
this
were. I think it's Pat and Andy, but
mysterious bad people.
not Pat George.
This fucking sucks. It's
Yeah.
dumb, and like, I don't know. Maybe it's and I don't want to sound like there's always that clip.
I love a bit.
Yeah.
We love bits. We love bits, dude. But like, dude, this is not the do a bit. There's a bit.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do like a sketch, or you're trying to do a fucking art installation, or if you're trying to make this about, which that is what that shit is. The whole meaning of the pit is chaos. It's nobody's singled out.
Ooh,
like, you know what I mean?
Say this? Can I throw
please.
this into it? Because it's good you said bit, but it's like the type of bit. So you can't have
no
too
bits
many.
In the pit.
You can have some little bits in the pit.
Yeah, little bits in the pit.
Because the problem with the fucking rowing or the fucking Beyblade or the fucking Twister game is there's too many steps to it, so it feels unnatural.
You brought props.
Yeah, I saw this one clip though. It was a bit, but the dude literally goes, dude, as the fucking breakdown hits, the dude takes a football, throws it into the pit, and he goes, fucking fight over it.
It's like a coach.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
He's got like one of those kickboxer like coach things where like they're all padded like from here to here, like around the ribs and shit, and they're just like, go for it. Or like one of those tackling fucking things. Like,
yeah, that's not that's not a lot of steps. It's throw a football and have everyone in the audience act like a goddamn pack of wolves.
Make it a Nerf football, and that way everybody's safe too. It's one of those things. What?
Yeah, we could have the Bloodhound Gang just pukes Jaeger and plays a solid set. That's also an option. You can puke on everyone.
Don't do it. Yeah, we don't do it in the crowd.
When's the last time you had Jaeger?
When was the last time you listened to Bloodhound Gang? Probably the last time I had Jaeger.
They had some tunes.
Wait, yeah, they were good, but that was a long time ago.
That was a long time. It's been forever since I had Jaeger, because it's like, I think you romanticize it. Like when you're younger, it seems like, oh, that's the fucking party drink, and then you drink it a bunch of times, and you're like, this isn't good.
Dude,
like,
I remember.
There's always a point where you realize Jaeger is just not good.
I remember, dude. I was probably like 17. So this is not a great story to tell. The fact that I was a regular at this bar already, but there were.
And I've seen pictures of you young. You look like a beautiful little baby boy.
I was definitely not old enough, but it was also like the bartender was this ex-hockey player that also was a huge metalhead, and like we were going to see Slayer together. And I remember finding out Slayer was sponsored by and like endorsed Jägermeister, and I was just like, again, Andy, I didn't say this at the time. Somebody around me was like, they mentioned it, and I was just like, yeah. But that the person said, that's fucking Jaeger? That is gross.
17? At 17, you knew Jaeger was lame as shit?
Yeah, the black liquor. Like, already, I was already at the point where I was just like, what? Like, I'd rather be sponsored by, like, light beer or, like, wine coolers even. Like, wine coolers are exactly what they are. But what the Jaeger is so not a party drink. It's so gross.
And you know what's funny? Like, it's way more about the fact that it's gross, because like you can get away with Fireball, because everyone will, like, if you're drinking Fireball, here's the thing. Just like, if you see a guy who takes a shot of Fireball and then goes like, you just stop being friends with that dude. That's crazy. It's candy. It's fucking candy. I've seen that occasionally. I go, sorry, dude, we can't.
That's one of those when you go like this. You do this and you go, that's pretty. You do that. That's the most. But Slayer being sponsored by Jägermeister, I'm like, what is it? What a mudslide fucking turn them down. What the fuck?
That's where I was going with that, is like, But something happened. This is the bad end of capitalism. This is why I only support like free market capitalism, not that fucking shady shit. Is the bad end is like you get a lot of money in it. It's when like the advertising and you gotta like create the image of your product because you've made a product and you realize it's fucking Jaeger and you're like, oh, it's shit. Now we have to create this false image around Jaeger. So like something happened with fucking Jaeger and Jack Daniels, and they're just like, they're like, this is gonna be associated with rock and roll and being a dude, and you're like, well, Jaeger is fucking lame because it's fucking bullshit licorice drink, and Jack Daniels sucks shit. Like you have to smother it in fucking Coca-Cola for it to be tolerable. Jack Daniels, like I remember, my mother-in-law, bless her heart, she fucking kills it all the time. But she had a minor slip up because she got me. That sounds cunny as shit. I'm being funny, but no, she got like she'll get me every holiday. She'll get me liquor and stuff like that. But she doesn't know whiskey, which is completely fine. She's a mother-in-law. They're not supposed to know whiskey, you know. So
they know
she
Jaeger.
sees, but no, actually, she fucking
Tastes like licorice. I like it.
Andy might like licorice. He's fat. But no, like I forget what the fucking whiskey is, but she got me some whiskey that's fucking amazing this year. But no, so I think she just looks for like something that she thinks looks good, and it was like some Jack Daniels Private Reserve or whatever. Bro, I'm telling you, like, don't get me wrong. There's some whiskeys that they'll be high end and they'll be good, but they'll be a little harsher than you like, so you may not drift towards that. This one, I had to smother it in fucking soda and shit like that. It was like a shot of it was fucking abominable. Yeah. Jack Daniels can eat my fucking ass. I don't know how they got the monopoly on being the rock and roll drink. Honestly, I like Slash. I like Slash. What?
It's from Tennessee. Like, how can you call yourself the rock and roll whiskey and it's Tennessee? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, like, there's some rock and roll that happened there, but there's, I mean, if the fucking museum is in Ohio, like, I don't think Tennessee gets to claim rock and roll. It's not the rock and roll drink. You know what I mean? Like give him some Cincinnati chili.
Oh, that's right. I must have posted about this. I got Angel's Envy. Someone remembered my Christmas presents better than I did.
Oh, the whiskey, Angel's Envy?
The whiskey was Angel's Envy. I must have brought that up or posted it online.
Dude, somebody, I do the same thing. So like, I am a little dandy boy, and people know that I don't drink as much as you. But so I'll get dark chocolate. So a lot of times people will take guesses with dark chocolate. And I got to tell you, I'm usually very pleasantly surprised with somebody, but that's basically the same idea of somebody like just going like, well, he likes to drink. Let me just get him this alcohol. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that's how like it's meant to be that kind of shit around Christmas time where you buy shit that you normally wouldn't buy yourself. Like you wouldn't necessarily go out and just try a new whiskey. You're going to get the same shit that you always get. But I got to tell you, it's I had to tell people you don't have to get me don't get me clothes and also like just get me dark chocolate candies. Like literally I will not be disappointed with dark chocolate candies. And apparently you love any kind of whiskey you get except for Jack Daniels, but I will get you Jack Daniels now.
No.
I'm gonna get you that honey shit
whiskey. The Jack Daniels honey. Bro, I'll take a bottle of fucking Bird Dog over Jack Daniels.
You know, honestly, this is how much of a non-drinker I am, and this is how I still feel confident in shit talking Jaeger. One of my favorite liqueurs that I like is Malibu. It is a delicious, yummy little rum. I could drink that stuff.
Oh, Malibu fucking no, I'll defend Malibu fucking rules, but it's like gay, so you can't fucking.
Right, I know that.
It feels weird. It's like showing up. It's like if you were a bunch of dudes and you showed up with like everyone. Like it's like if everyone brought their beers and then you just show up with a sixer of like fucking Angry Orchard. Yeah. Everyone would be like, "What are you doing?" And it's like everyone likes Angry Orchard, but like that can't be your drink. You have to be like, "Oh shit, dude, Oh shit! Did Teresa bring some? I'll have one.
Oh, you don't like hard
like,
lemonade? Okay, all of a sudden everybody doesn't like hard lemonade. Okay.
yeah, hard lemonade maybe. I think depending on the right crowd, you could show up with some twisted teas.
Yeah.
But even me, like, and I'm not even. I try not to be too much of a toxic male, but like the twisted tea one, when people are like, "You can get twisted tea," and I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, they're not bad, but like, why is that your like base? I don't know."
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a snobby drinker who crushes Miller Lights. I don't make any sense. Anyway,
You're a phenom. Everybody knows it.
I am a phenom. Thank you, Patrick. Oh, one more thing from FYE I wanted to show you.
Oh, there's another letter.
Yeah, they added another letter this year. No, you're familiar with Dying Fetus?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Big fans. Voted for it.
Yeah. They had a big moment. I guess this was a big deal because of what style they are. So they're kind of more like the death metal vein, and they were playing this hardcore fest. But they did a cover of this song Judgment Day. But just doesn't even matter what's
a well-lit conference room of this looks like a breakfast buffet of a fucking Holiday Inn. What's going on here?
So this will be a good discussion because there was much debate online of whether the lights on or lights off was the preferred method of enjoying the show. But here, just before we get into that, just watch this clip.
Yeah.
I'm going to play it just one more time. So if anyone didn't notice what happened, so it's already a big deal that Dying Fetus is playing there. I don't have this extensive history of listening to them, but I am familiar with them. So I put two and two together, and I get the significance and hype everyone has about the fact that Dying Fetus showed up to FYA. Yeah. But just in that clip itself stuck out to me because I watched a bunch of Dying Fetus clips, but that one specifically, there's just something about when the drums hit, dun, dun, and they go into the breakdown, and the whole room cheers.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just such a fun fucking reaction to a breakdown.
It's like watching either mixed martial arts or professional wrestling in Japan, and they don't cheer, but they just applaud the moves. Have you ever seen it? If you watch either mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, grappling or any kind of martial arts competition, or professional wrestling, shoot wrestling and stuff like that in Japan, they don't cheer. They don't go yeah. If there's a good sequence or a good scramble or something like that, after it's done and they settle in a position, everybody will go, oh, and they just kind of clap, and you kind of just hear the crowd very silently go, oh,
yeah,
this is
very politely clap.
That's essentially this is the FYA FYE, what is it?
FYA
Sorry. FYA festival version of of them just going ha ha, yes, clap clap, ha ha, ha ha, yes.
Yeah, I just from watching it just felt, I don't know, it was it reminded me of so there's one of my favorite things in stand-up comedy is when you
Michael Richards,
no notes. Right. Gonna go try that. Gonna go try that out this week.
A little bit of plagiarism. You're taking a little bit of my jokes, but I don't know. It's pretty good.
You watch the Michael Richards clip, you're like, "Fuck, I was gonna do that."
Can't do that anymore now. It's famous.
Can't do that bit anymore. No,
John Mulaney and Michael Richards. Those are the two comments.
Wait, what was the first one?
John Mulaney and then Michael Richards.
No, there's this thing where my favorite joke is when you talk about a topic that, or you say a statement that people haven't really thought about, but as you're saying it, they all click in and go, yeah, you're right about that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's it's that thing where it's no one's really it's not like a thing that's on the forefront of everyone's mind, but the second you say it, the whole room has this aha moment where they come into agreement. And it's just it creates this subtle, natural, like just natural energy that you feel kind of hit everyone at the same time. And
Yeah.
that reminded me of that. And there was just something about like the breakdown that it like the second it hit, it just felt like there was this natural, oh, that's the fucking best shit I've ever seen.
They
And
clicked it. Like, yeah.
it felt like it just felt like it clicked on everyone. And like, it's almost the equivalent of a USA chant breaking out for no fucking reason. It's like no one knows specifically what to do. So it's like you've been hearing music for a while at this point, but this part's just so good that it feels like it got into everyone and they just couldn't figure it out and they all went ah.
Yeah. It was like it's almost like, again, like you said, that was the time where everybody clicked in there just like, holy shit, fucking Dying Fetus is here. This is a lovely time. You know what I mean? We're just like, yeah.
Wow, what a great day I'm having at FYA Fest.
Why are the lights on? I don't.
That's the other question.
Was the lead singer on the floor? Was he on the ground? I thought there was going to be like I couldn't tell exactly if they were on the stage or not. This is like a really weird venue. Like if you are, because okay, so this is my other theory too, was when you were talking about how this is a big deal that a band of this caliber is on a festival of this size. And I wonder
also the type of music that's normally at this festival isn't like death metal like that.
So like maybe it was kind of like a thing where like everybody was pleasantly surprised, or was kind of like one of those things where they're like, damn, this is how, like, because they're pros no matter what. They've been around for as long as I've been listening to music. They've been a reference, whether it be to joke about the severity of names.
Yeah.
There's also something about something about Christ and fucking him or something. But there's also the fact that like Cannibal Corpse, some other bands that are to these extremes where you're like, but they're actually Pig Destroyer's another one that I feel like they have these weird, crazy, extreme names, but they're fucking great. And maybe everybody at the festival was like, man, I never really gave them a shot, but I've heard of these guys. I'm gonna go see them, and they're like, damn, this is good. You know what I mean? Like it could have been, like you said, like a mass like realization, like damn, holy shit, these guys.
See, I think it's the opposite of that. I think everyone at this fest is just like, I think Dying Fetus being at this fest is a validating event for everyone there. You know what I mean? Because this has been like, we could go back to the lineup where if you go back to the lineup, it's a great fest, but Tsunami's headlining it.
Couple of races.
What?
A racist or two, I guess. I don't know.
No, they were cleared of all charges, Pat. You're
right.
You're being disingenuous. But no, so lineup, it's a solid lineup, but at the same time, Tsunami's headlining day 2, which means, and Tsunami's a fucking amazing band. I was texting you about them the other day. They're an amazing band. What? I
love them. I can't get enough of them. I'm rediscovering how much I love them. I bought 2 of their albums recently. Bought them, Andy. Who am I?
Did you buy a CD?
No, not a CD, but I will.
Did you buy vinyl?
This is how I'm doomsday prepping, by the way, Andy. I've rediscovered the fact that with streaming and or anything like that, you need one, electricity for sure, but also you need the you're not necessarily guaranteed that you own the music anymore. So like unless you actually burn a physical copy, you won't have a physical copy or purchase a physical copy. So no, I'm not collecting vinyl, but I'm probably gonna revert back to burning CDs so that
That's your doomsday prepping?
I want to make sure that I have some of my favorite music. I want to make sure that I have the essential albums that I love. I have most of them from 2008 still in my closet. I want to make sure that I have them available in case I find a generator and a boombox.
No, I'm not shitting on it because that is actually a fucking thing. Like, do you remember that is the drawback of streaming it makes everything more accessible, but you can just take something away at a at the whim of the fucking person uploading it or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So do you remember when dude, this was a couple years ago. Do you remember there was like a 2-month span where we just found out that like a bunch of major network shows just did blackface? Like, and it wasn't like old school Amos and Andy blackface, but it was still like I remember they were like Scrubs, and I was like, they did it on Scrubs, and then it was a joke. It was a joke where JT was pretending to be what was it? What was the black dude's name? Turk?
Yeah.
Yeah, but regardless, there was like a bunch.
Like you don't know. Fuck off. That was a great show. It was a classic.
Actually, we'll have to save this for another time.
Okay.
I will make a bold statement and say, with 2020 vision,
okay,
Scrubs is a bad show.
You mean like culturally, or like you're not entertaining and or good as good as we all remember?
I think at the time it was hot. It was hot shit.
A hot shit.
In the context of like comedy and stuff at the time, absolute bars. When you go back, Scrubs sucks shit.
I wrote a note here. Scrubs rewatch. I'm on it.
Also,
report to you.
Also,
yeah,
that 70s show sucks shit.
Yeah, that I remember
that 70s show is a bad show.
Red, I remember being like, but then it was just like you watch it now and you're just like, dumbass. And you're just like,
well, the jokes are just like super repetitive and like not that clever and don't make sense.
Not even college softball. It's like little league t-ball, like just above t-ball softball. That's what this is. Like they just go like, hey, there's a foreign kid here. What do you think of that, Red? And he's just like, I hate him, dumbass. It's just like, I get it because he's foreign. It's the 70s. Remember?
Well, I also think Scrubs suffered from the same problem How I Met Your Mother did, where it was like through the process of just being like, we need another season, and not having a long-term plan for the show. So a lot of times shows do this thing where they're like, all right, we got these few characters who hasn't fucked each other yet.
They're like, will they or won't they? Who?
Yeah, and then,
those are brother and sister. You can't do those.
And you just end up having a show full of people who are absolute shitheads.
Yeah, or fuck or don't fuck. But
this is a music podcast. We could start a new one and talk about why Scrubs is bad.
We will.
That is actually, no bullshit. I had this idea on a show I did like forever ago, before I even started doing comedy, where the concept was we called it like Nostalgia Throwdown, where you the point of the show was to go, was that show actually good or were we just being nostalgic? And you go back and you watch but then I realized like, oh, that's crazy labor intensive, because if you want to give a real opinion, you have to watch the whole show. And I was like, I don't have the time to do that, so I stopped doing it. But conceptually, it's like a thing I want to do at some point, because that drives me out of my fucking mind, is people who like big up a thing that like it's this thought process where I always say this. It's this thought process people have where they go, did you notice everything was higher when you were a kid? And it's like, you're not remembering it right, you fuckface. Yeah. Like, you're just looking at it with little kid goggles on, and you're like, oh yeah, did that children's show rock fucking ass when you were a kid? It's like, but it's a children's show. So now there's obvious outliers. Like, I'll defend SpongeBob to the day I die. SpongeBob rips. But there's like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going on a rant. I'm sorry. You wanted to say something.
No, I was going to say, I was going to piggyback off of that idea. I think not only should you dust off some of those old ideas, but you should probably combine them with the idea that I had for the show that I was going to do called Classic Pat, where I watch these critically acclaimed
where you do meth. You just do Florida shit. You're like, all right, today on Classic Pat, I'm going to do meth and go buy a hot dog.
I'm going to go molest a kid at the 7-Eleven. No, there was a there was an idea that I had where I was going to watch these classic movies that I've never seen, like Citizen Kane, or or some of these movies that I've these are like these are classics. Everybody should see them. Or even anybody that somebody that could suggest one that I haven't seen, because there really has been a crazy amount of shit. I don't think I've ever seen The Deer Hunter. I don't think I've ever seen a couple. I don't think I've seen Apocalypse Now. There's one of those famous war movies that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket for the longest time I hadn't seen. So there's certain ones that I'm like, I want to watch these classic films and see if they hold up in my eyes. And so I think that's the same idea that we should do. But I'm personally going to be doing the Scrubs rewatch. But this is a conversation we could continue off air, because I feel like each show we could do
We're on a music podcast, right?
Yeah.
Last time I checked. All right.
Yeah.
Should probably talk about music. So I wanted to talk to you about AI music, but I didn't I don't want to watch this. I don't want to see. That was crazy. Don't do that ever again.
The other headphone in, you dickhead. I was listening.
It's not about listening. It's about, I didn't want to look at it.
Oh, okay.
It was scaring me. I got better, dude. Let's just nip this in the bud. Welcome to No More Heroes.
What if I'm just like, okay, I'm back.
What if you came back? You're just like, wah, 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 wah. So yeah, I wanted to talk to you about AI music. But I didn't actually send you the music I wanted to talk about.
Perfect.
Have you like listened to AI music?
Well, this is a discussion that we felt like, I think we've been having about like the past couple times. We've talked about what the Green Day song, Sum 41, like the album that they put out or whatever, like Blink 182. Even there's certain bands that I feel like I let me just put it this way. I suspect that I have, Andy, but I have not knowingly listened to AI music where I was going into it with that idea. But I feel like, what was it? One-Eyed Bastard by Green Day is totally.
So I came across this band. I came across this band called Frostbite Orc Kings, and which I hate the aesthetic. It's that like we're into Norse, like Nordic, what am I trying? Nordic mythology and we
bullshit is the word.
Bullshit, right? Stupid dork bullshit.
Nordic
is the
bullshit. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, and you're just like, yeah. Whenever you just meet a guy with a beard who's really into Vikings, you're like, oh, you suck. Okay, that's cool, dude. You love Vikings. What do you know? Name one slightly detailed fact about Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh, you just have a beard and no personality? That's fucking sick, dude.
Right. Oh, and you love axe throwing. Cool. Neat. That's gonna come in handy. Most likely.
The other one that drives me crazy too, you see it with goofy looking bearded dudes. I think I just noticed it as a bearded guy. I think I just notice it. And everyone always tries to call me like a fucking lumberjack. Yeah. Which, fine enough. I think it's a compliment.
Yeah.
But like
chested.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The weird dude who's like slightly outgoing, who's obsessed with kilts.
Yeah, the kilt guy is weird. Kilt guys are weird. So it's weird. It's like a thing of like, yes, it's almost like I don't defend them the same way I didn't defend the people that were like with the what's it called, the rebel flag, that were just like, it's about history, not hate. It's just like, all right, I don't give a fuck about it. It's like, I put it away. Nobody wants to see that. Like it's like it's one of those things. If you're going, it's kind of like the type of person that's willing to die on that hill. That's like, I will die for this flag. It's kind of like the same guy that's like, this is my heritage. I am Scottish, but I'm 57% Scot. And it's like, all right. And it's like, but it's traditional not to wear underwear. Okay, I don't need to know. They just share
with the kilts.
They share it and they share.
Yeah.
Share.
I think the rebel flag thing is like, it's our logo. It's our logo down here. Everyone else gets a logo. I want a logo.
Right. This is the douchebag uniform. The thing of like, this is my culture.
But that's why I say I think they like are dancing around the fact. You're like, because when they say like heritage and culture, you're like, that makes it less valid. I would respect it more if they're just like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just kind of the logo of being in the South. I've seen it my whole life. It's a sick logo, yada yada yada. Oh, with the kilt thing annoys me because it's like you ever see a white dude who marries like an Indian chick and then they do the wedding and he's wearing I don't know what the shirt's called or whatever, but he's wearing the fucking thing, and or he'll have like a turban on depending on the religion and this and that, and it's like, yeah, he's wearing that because he's in the shit and he's doing the thing, and it's like you gotta have more than one layer to it of just like, I think it looks cool. That's why I haven't bought a dashiki yet. I want to wear a dashiki so fucking bad. It looks real cool and comfy, but it's just like, it's just silly.
You know,
it's just silly, and it's the same thing. That's fucking dorky dude's dashiki is the fucking kilt.
It's actually some dickhead in a fucking Metallica shirt and a leather vest and a fucking kilt at the Renaissance Festival, and you're just like, no, that's not it. You got to wear the puffy shirt. You got to wear the little fucking stash and shit. If you're gonna do it, you got to wear the whole thing. You can't just be like, I just kind of like wearing skirts. And, don't call it a skirt around me, buddy. I'm a tough guy because I may be wearing this thing, but I'm a tough guy. I'm a warrior, and it's like,
I got my kilt.
I'm gonna watch out for this guy.
Like the fucker who learns the bagpipes, he can rock the kilt,
dude. Legit, yeah. If you have a banging haggis recipe, you know what I mean. Like if you know cultural shit, not just kilt facts. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to have another. There's layers, like you said.
Because you know what the problem is. You know what the problem is? It's stolen valor. You don't just get to have the outfit. There has to be a little bit more to it than just the outfit.
Yeah, this is Scottish stolen valor. Like
stolen valor.
Yeah, you have to have. Yeah. You have to have some kind of credentials. You have to, and not just an ancestry thing. Like that's the thing where like that's like Rachel Dolezal shit. Like that, you know what I mean? You can't just like identify as and just be like, well, I got red hair, so I'm fucking Scottish. You know, obviously. You know?
Yeah. But what up, Tony? Yeah, dude. Late epi. Pat had to tell jokes for brunch people.
I had to go to brunch and then pay for my fucking root beer. Those you know, I hate when I gotta tell you, Andy, I hate when a place that I perform at charges me. I don't drink.
Can I say this? Can I say this? And this is a complaint of an unsuccessful man.
Please.
Just begging.
I can empathize and identify.
Just begging for a little bit of admiration. Or I don't know what I'm saying.
Something. But like respect. A little respect.
If you don't gotta give me a million beers.
No.
You don't gotta give me a 5-course meal.
A tab. Just give me a limit, like a $20 limit.
There should be food.
Yeah, something.
There should be food. If it's a show,
yeah,
there should be food and some beverages I should not have to pay for.
And by the way, Andy, they did not let us know ahead of time. We sat at a table and they were like, "Hey, so if you guys need anything, just let us know." And I was like, "Well, I don't really drink." I was like, "This is how lame it was, Andy." I go, "Do you have any soda?" She goes, well, we have Pepsi products and we have our own one of the things, a ginger beer and then a root beer or birch beer she called it, but I call it root beer. And she
Those
goes,
are different.
They are different. I didn't realize.
Just don't call it root.
Fuck off.
No.
I'm paying for it. I'll call it whatever I want.
You can't just do verbal alchemy. It's one or the other, Pat.
Okay, so it was a sarsaparilla.
You're insane.
So I ordered.
No. I'm not
birch beer. I ordered birch beer.
She gave me a birch beer. I like to call it root beer. You can't. Because it's birch beer.
Dude, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, bro.
Yeah, but it bubbles like a root beer or bubbles like a birch beer.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I was drinking this birch beer, I was like, "This is a pretty good birch beer. This is pretty good because they make."
I might call it root beer.
I was like, "This is a pretty good birch beer, right?" But then when she walked over with that little handheld thing, and she's like, $3.85, and I was just like, ugh. Andy, I made a face, dude. I am always nice to staff at any place I perform, as professional or as not as they are. But when she handed me that little thing, I was just like, ugh. And I went like, dude. And I paid for it, and then I got to tell you, it brought the taste of that birch beer a little bit down.
Dude, you reminded me.
Okay, birch beer.
You reminded me of the one time I remember fucking. I did like a guest spot at Soul Joel's.
Yeah.
And Soul Joel's a class act. Shout out Soul Joel. Dude walked us up to the bar and goes, "These guys are the comics."
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
And then you don't have to do the fucking. I'm
How much
one of the comics.
Yeah, I'm actually on the show.
I'm one of the comics.
Just give me like a like a little, like have a percentage off, or like some kind of like you said, a little bit of respect. That's the thing. But that's what I was doing. I was having a lovely brunch show. It was a great crowd. The staff were great, but I got to tell you, $4 for a fucking birch beer was kind of like one of those things where I'm like, yikes.
Yeah,
that was pretty gross root beer.
You pay for it. You're like, so who's fucking me in the ass? Because that's a high price.
It was one of those things where like, and there was other things that happened too that I won't talk about now because I don't want to disparage the place. But that was the part that I felt confident in saying, "Hey, man, this you make it here. You're like, you can't just give me some of your fucking turlet birch beer and I can just not have to pay." I entertain the masses here, my friend.
No, I used to work at a bar. I used to work at a bar. You can give them free shit.
Especially if it's from the gun. What did Patrice always say? If it's from the gun, you should never have to pay for it.
Not once.
Especially if they make it there, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So shout out to
So here, yeah, that's right. So we were talking about that band, Frostbite Orc Kings, and I saw a little video about them. And the thing about them, and this is why it's like intriguing to me, because we make the joke constantly about dude, it literally sounds like these bands are using AI to help them write songs because these songs sound so uninspired and shit like that. Well, the thing about Frostbite Orc Kings is they are an entirely AI band.
Oh no.
And so let me play, we don't have to listen to the whole song, but let me just play like a little bit for you.
Got it.
Yeah, just pop in the middle.
Orc?
Play a little bit. Yeah, that kind of shit. Like some World of Warcraft shit.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's just a little bit to give you a taste of that. And I guess, so I don't know the exact specifics of how they make the music. It's not as simple as write me a song that fucking gay dickheads would love. It's not just like, hey, can I have a fucking song that sucks shit? And then the AI is like, beep, boop, beep, here you go.
Yep.
They like, they like plug in a bunch of stuff and they play a lot of, they give the AI program like a lot of reference points and they type in different parameters for the song, I think, and then it kind of like goes from there. But it's essentially, with a little nudge here and there, it's a completely AI generated song.
So, okay, so this brings me back to one of the movies of 2023 that I watched. It was Maestro with that guy. They played the Jew guy. That he's the orchestrated guy. Lewis was Lenny Dykstra. What's his name? Lenny. Fuck, what was his name? But either way,
again?
Maestro was the name of the movie. Lenny. God damn it! He was a famous conductor. Leonard Bernstein. That's who it was.
A famous conductor. Let me just think of all the famous conductors I know.
Shut up. but this is
okay. Name me a second famous conductor, Pat.
I would say John Williams.
Nuh-uh. That's Star Wars. You can't pick
Danny
him.
Elfman.
You can't pick him either.
You can't pick the famous ones, stupid.
You can't. Those are too easy. You can't pick John Williams or Danny Elfman.
Those are the top of my head. That's pretty good. You know how stupid I am. You know how stupid I am. I had to pick them. Lenny.
You can't.
Lenny.
No,
Lenny.
You can't pick them though.
I couldn't say Lenny. But they're essentially just orchestrating. They're conducting this, right? Which one is that? It's mine or yours? Oh,
I think it was mine.
Leonard Bernstein.
Yeah, but but I guess you could still do that. Like, you could set up a program and go, "Hey, can you write me a Blink-182 song that's not that great?"
Yeah.
And be like, "Oh, here you go." But like, I don't know. Here's my thing, and I probably have like with the with the AI art. Did you like that, dude?
I love it.
AI. But with the AI art, maybe it's because I'm not a fucking graphic designer or a painter or whatever, and
it's hard to say. It's really just hard to say. I feel like that's really AI art.
Yeah. We figured it out though. But I guess with the actual art, it's like, I don't know if it's because I'm not like a fucking graphics designer or I'm not an actual like artist who draws shit or whatever, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't care. It's not like offensive. It's not. I'm not but it probably just has to do with the fact that it's not going to completely make my. Well, actually no. So I'm not going to say that because it kind of contradicts what I'm going to say about the band. But for me, as a consumer of music, and theoretically, I think if I had more money to waste, I'd consume art more. You know what I mean? Like, I've had my moments where I've walked by a painting and I've just been like, I don't know what's going on, but I feel something and I kind of want that. Yeah. Like, I've had those moments. So, like, theoretically, I just don't have that type of disposable income. So, theoretically, I'd be a fucking art dude. But regardless, like the AI art is cool. And I know, like, Lemaire utilizes it for PITM thumbnails, and it's for shit like that, where it's like, I don't need your heart and soul. I just need a thing. Yeah. For that, I get the, like, I love the convenience of it and stuff like that. But from, like, an artistic standpoint, like, if I'm trying to get, in the general sense, art, whether it be a painting or a song, like, the AI music can get so advanced. I don't care because a person didn't make it. And that's not how I like to enjoy my music. You know, like we were talking about Tsunami earlier. One of the parts about Tsunami is just like, it's a dude fucking screaming that shit. And it's like a real emotion. And it, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I realized listening to this song. Because, like, we were making jokes, but the song's not bad. And they could easily use it for a genre I like. But no, regardless of how good the songs sound and all this other shit, just knowing the fact that an actual person didn't write the song just makes me go, well, I don't want to listen to this anymore because I don't care, because you're taking out a huge key element of what goes into me enjoying this. And it's the same thing with art, because like with a painting, because a painting to me is like, yo, just give me what you feel in that moment. And then like, it becomes this process where it's like they put on the canvas how they feel, and then you put on it when you're perceiving it, you put on how you feel, and it's like it just becomes this like multi-layered thing. And if I just know that a computer made that, I immediately do not give a fucking shit about it.
Yeah, I feel, Andy, one thing that I have always been taught, that computers and robots in general, the robot don't feel. And one of the best things about art is feeling.
Yeah.
So, like, I would never hire a robot to feel for me or to write any kind of emotional art form whatsoever.
Yeah.
Any kind of expression like that, because, like you said, they're essentially should be treated as, and I don't mean this to diminish graphic design, but as a graphic artist, to say like, just like I need an ad guy. I need somebody that does research. What design will get me the most eyes? That's what I want you to do. I want you to do those analytics. I don't need you to go like, tell me what it feels like to love, because I know for a fact that you don't know what it's like to love, you fucking robot. You damn, I'm looking right at you, camera. Yeah, you hear me, computer? Huh? How about you, phone? Huh? You've never loved. You don't know what it's like to feel or to lose. You don't know. So they'll never be able to fool me, Andy. And I also think there's another thing where there's like where it's very obvious. We didn't listen to this from the beginning or anything like that, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to be able to trick people as well. There's going to be some people for sure that like we know that aren't as the people that Foo Fighters is your favorite band that will probably love this band because they don't have any kind of taste or palate. So we know that those people.
No, I'm laughing because I saw someone. I don't know the Foo Fighters that well. Oh yeah. Everlong.
Yeah.
Someone was just like, and it was one of those definitive, like, you're a dumb fuck if you would disagree with me, but they're just like they're like, Everlong might be one of the greatest song ever written. And I'm like, listen to music, man. That's crazy.
It's a very good song, sure, but there's a lot of
Bro.
really, really good songs out there.
Dude, this is why I'm like, the older I get, the less I just go off on an opinion unless I'm like fucking certain about it. Cause
Yeah.
I would like, that's my biggest fear is being that guy
Yeah.
who's like, Everlong's the peak of musical artistry. And you're like, are you fucking nuts?
So everybody's been wasting their time this whole time. Everybody's just been wasting their time because it's already been done. We're done.
Yeah. You're like, that's fucking nuts. And
Crazy.
I like the Foo Fighters, but like the Foo Fighters are the epitome of like, what if we gave 60% all the time?
Yeah. And it's better than most people's 60%. I'll say that.
Yes. Dave Grohl's 60%. You know what? I'm gonna be nice, dude. I'm gonna give him 70%. Dave Grohl's 70% is better than most people's 100, but it's still 70%.
Yeah,
and that's like, you're only gonna get so much from me if you're just giving me 70%.
I don't even know if there's a fully automated band, like completely like even if somebody's going like, give me a beat that's 4/4 and then 5/4, something like that, and they actually break it down to that, even to that scientific level, there's still no feeling behind it.
Yeah,
there's something.
Yeah. Let's read this comment. 12 Roots, and thank you for the comments, guys.
Yeah.
What about like computer generated drum tracks for songs? I don't play drums, and sometimes the program can generate a better drum track than I can play on a MIDI keyboard.
Right.
So
I don't mind. It's a tool. You're using it as a tool. Give me this piece. Give me this this part of this or something like that. It doesn't have to hold all of the emotion. But when it's all of the parts are AI, then there's no actual emotion. Even if you're like, give me a really angry emotion of being broken up with. Like you don't know.
All right. That to me is like, it reminds me of the Jane Doe. It makes me think of the Jane Doe album cover by Converge. And let me pull it up in case people forget what that looks like. But because it reminds me of the story I saw. This is funny. So this is what the chick actually. Where's the article? Where's the fucking picture? I want it big. Yeah, so this is the original picture of the Jane Doe thing, and this chick tried to make a fucking thing out of it where she's like, you owe me fucking money, Converge. And Converge was like, we bought this from a fucking website where you buy stock footage. Like, we pay, like, we did all the rights and yada, yada, yada. So you're dumb. That was essentially the essence of what, but so to this, you could go like, you could look at that and just go like, oh, Converge is just, it's fake because they're just taking a lady's face. And it's like, well, no, they're starting with that lady, and on their own, they're making like a whole constructed piece of art out of it. And that's how I kind of look at it. It's like, if you're making a song and you're not that great at playing the fucking drums or programming drums, and you need to like get an AI generated drum, or you need to hit up a guy and go, hey, make me a beat. That's not you like cheating. That's your process. Now, I'm more just saying, for me, when I see someone go, this whole song was AI generated, I just go, I can't possibly give a shit.
That's the part where, the thing with me is like, so, God damn it, the point you were just making with the,
Jane Doe.
With the Jane Doe thing. Like, it wasn't like Converge. It wasn't like it wasn't their whole identity. It was the album cover to one of their albums. An incredible and very influential album. Will probably the pinnacle of their. I don't know if they're pinnacle of their career. They're still making really good music.
Nah, they some of their later shit fucking rips. Like,
but still, like
yeah,
probably
not to get
the one,
sidetracked.
let's say the one that put them on the map. Let's just say even that. But like,
Well,
it's not their whole identity. It's not their entire.
It's the most referenced like Converge album. Like, if
it's
you
the most
think of
recognizable for sure.
if you think of Converge, you think of the Jane Doe cover.
But what I'm saying is, it wasn't like they made their whole identity that. If the entire, the whole thing, and the only thing behind the band that's not AI generated is the person that's going, give me a guitar player that's an orc, that's a purple. He's got tribal tattoos on his titties, and he's also, you know what I mean? Like, it's like one of the things of like, okay, cool. It's almost like the same thing. I feel it's the same energy I would feel for like somebody that fucking rips at being a dungeon master. It's like, cool, dude, cool. But also, yuck. It's not for me. But
wait. Let me say this, because
you wait.
No, you wait. No.
No.
Hey, your horses? Fucking hold them.
Hold on.
You
downvote.
You tended to your horse? Hell yeah, dude. Hold that fucking horse.
My cat is walking by right now. That would be so funny if that, like, you just were like, what the fuck? Is that a horse walking by?
Hey, Pat. Was that a new horse?
Yeah.
I thought it was just us.
My horse.
You got a horse?
Yeah.
No, no, it's funny you said, like, when you go, you're like, oh, if Converge made their whole identity the Jane Doe cover, and then it's like, I'm starting to think of like, oh yeah, what if a band made their whole identity one logo, and you're like, da-da-da, it's the Misfits. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and it's like, that's the thing. And like, the Misfits is a prime example. The Misfits, we all love them. They have a bunch of great songs, but it's just that because they kind of like devalued it by just the mass production, and kind of like, it's like the AI. Like, what the Misfits did is they took the soul out of the band a little bit. So a band like Converge feels a little bit more special than the Misfits. Now, the Misfits still rip, and to go back to that AI generated song, all jokes aside, it's a fine song. Like, it sounds like people who are talented as musicians, I mean. But because it's AI generated, it takes the soul out of it, and music's less fun when you take the soul away from it.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, I believe that is not a copywritten, but that is an image from.
It's a character from an old school horror movie.
Yeah, so like that is literally them taking an image and making it their entire identity.
But
that's
what I'm
doing that.
Well, no, but the difference is, it's like with Converge, they took an established thing and made it their own. Misfits took a thing, made it their own. What I'm saying is and then Converge after that went on and did other albums and didn't just make their whole identity the Jane Doe logo. The Misfits just were like, don't forget that fucking logo. Now put that logo on a fucking baby's ass. Now put that logo on a fucking lighter. And now this. So it, over time, the like soul of the Misfits gets a little bit degraded.
Yeah.
It's just less fun. But it's still, Where Eagles, what's that song? Where Eagles Dare? That's still the best song ever.
Yeah, I like Astro Zombies. It's one of those things that, but it's an interesting conversation. Ultimately, I guess it doesn't necessarily hurt anybody, but I think it's also brought up in the chat here by Tanya. I'll never be able to see them live, so that's kind of not exactly the same, because they still play live music. Actual people go out and play live music. If this was just the recordings and then like studio musicians went out and played this music, like a Gorillaz or anything like that.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the Gorillaz, because going to see it live, I immediately thought of the Gorillaz too.
Yeah.
And to that, I remember like, even because I was a big Gorillaz fan when they first came out, but even then, when I saw a live video of them, and it was just 4 really big screens on stage, even then, I was obsessed with the Gorillaz, and I was like, oh, no, I don't want to go see that show, though. That sucks.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to go watch a cartoon. I'm just going to go watch.
That's like that's a real band pretending to be a cartoon, And immediately now, I mean, I saw in the live video the crowd was packed. I don't know what the fuck that is. People like, dude, I was thinking about this. Me and Steph went to Target yesterday, and right next to Target is a Costco. And with the Costco membership, it's like, I don't know how it works exactly because I haven't had a Costco membership in forever. But I guess you get like cheap gas once a month or something. It's like one.
It's just like their gas station is always a good deal cheaper than most of any other surrounding gas stations.
But yeah, okay. See, I guess. Well, actually, yeah, no. Now that I think about it, every time I go to every time I go to that Target, there's like a lot of cars. But
Sam's Club,
like,
I think it's the same way too. By the way,
yeah,
it's very similar.
Okay, so it's always busy, but there will be some days where dude, you know what's funny? This exact thing also happens at the Jolly Bee. Do you know what Jolly Bee is? I don't know if they have those around you.
No.
Yeah, it's like because there's a lot of there where I live, there's like a big Asian population and stuff, and I guess like Jolly Bean's like a Vietnamese company, and they have this fucking spaghetti that fucking Vietnamese go buck wild for. And it's also like fried chicken and shit like that. But yeah, one of their big things is like spaghetti with like fucking ketchup sauce and like hot dogs in it. And people, the Jolly Bee, yeah, I don't get it. I'm gonna try it because I need to. Because here's the thing, dude, there'd be times where I'll go to the city and I have to drive by this Jolly Bee, and I'll almost get into a fucking accident because the line for the Jolly Bee is so long, it snakes out into the middle of fucking Route 1 in New Jersey, which is a very busy.
Planning.
No, but it's like a very busy, and I'm like, is there fucking spaghetti that good that you guys are gonna sit on the highway? And so that's what happens at fucking Costco is people sit in line for that gas until it snakes out to the highway. And in both those scenarios, and also being in the audience of the Gorillas live show, in all these scenarios, I'm just like, do you guys not have self-respect? Like,
what are you doing?
If you buy a ticket to the Gorillas cartoon live show, you're being a mark. You're being a chump.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like if you're like, and the irony we were talking about with Costco, the irony of fucking Costco is if you have money for a Costco membership, you're not like rich, but you're fine.
Yeah.
Nine times out of 10, you're fine. So it's like, how much money are you even saving on the gas? Like $5? Like, if I was doing fine monetarily, dude, that's the whole thing. I watch these people, I go, you don't know how to be rich. I'd be so much better at being fucking rich. Because I would just be like, well, maybe it's because I have these impulses. I'm not rich, but who knows? But no, it's just like, I don't know. I see that Costco line wrap into the parking lot and go like fucking 3 blocks of a length down. And I go, have some goddamn self-respect.
Yeah, I was gonna. Tony brought it up. I was gonna bring it the same thing. Death Clock is the same way, where they just have a sheet, like a screen in front of the crowd, and they're just projecting a thing. But they have live musicians playing the songs, which is like, that's cool. But also, just let me watch them and play interstitials or something. I guess. You know what I mean? But either way, or have them dressed like them, or I don't know. Like, try to bring some kind. Dude, it is such low effort. And I'm saying that as the person who is calling out the guy, isn't it Brendan? What's his name? Brendan. God damn it, I can't remember his name. The guy who does Death Clock. He does he programs the drums. He fucking does the things, all that other shit. Like if he's writing all of this music, but
so
then
the band was visible.
Oh, the band was visible. Were they really?
Yeah, they had. I guess they had. It looks like they had a screen and a band.
Brendan Small, thank you. Yeah, the Brendan Small has this, like, he goes out and plays and sings, like, because he does the voice and he does the fucking guitar, but he has guest musicians and these people that are like at least dress them up like them. Like, if Guar can do it, give him a fucking big goofy, give the bass player a big goofy murder face wig, give dress them up like Loki and fucking with all the murder face or all this stuff. Who's the other guy? Can't remember them all, but like dress them up like the fucking characters. At least if Guar can do this, there's no reason why you can't dress people up to look like the Gorillas and the fucking Death Clock people and have the musicians put on the fucking show. We don't want to see the cartoons. We want to see the music. We want to see it performed live. If you're doing it, do it right, you dumb assholes. And I don't know how they're going to do this with the AI shit unless
Yeah.
they have,
I'm
like actual music.
thinking about Death Clock. I wouldn't even, for me personally, I wouldn't even need the band playing live to dress up like the cartoon.
Yeah.
But like take the next, it's like, here's the thing. You're doing the cartoon metal band.
Yeah.
So
we know they don't exist.
but
We know.
yeah. But yeah, it's like you're doing the cartoon metal band.
Right.
And so because there's a simplicity in that. Like you can be a fucking writing room and make a metal band and do that. So the other part of that agreement is if you want to do a live show, like you're not allowed to phone it in. You have to take a few extra steps, create some sort of multimedia production or whatever the fuck. Like I don't know, have the band live, have like create a cartoon on screen that kind of coincides with it or something. I don't know. Like that's just kind of what I'm spitballing out of the gate. What are you saying?
Again, bits. Like have a bit where like you fuck up and then the cartoon gets mad at you or something. I don't know, something. Like have
you can't just
be like screen.
you know, like the band's in the corner, yeah.
Like even if it's so fucking cool, it doesn't matter. Like you gotta have. There's got to be some kind of show to it, in my opinion. But I think that's also like I don't think they really thought about that starting out. I think it was just like, hey, this is a fun metal
That's completely
cartoon.
fine though. That's completely fine. It's just like my problem is you literally leaned in. Don't do that. Don't do that. Here's the problem. Well, that's the thing. If you have the burp, it's the process of pulling back that makes it more polite. It's leaning in. You might as well tell the whole audience, "I want to fuck your mothers."
I could go off at any moment. I'm just gonna keep covered.
I hate you.
You always try to stifle me. You know what I mean? I hate it.
Don't.
You clip my wings. You don't let me.
No, I don't. No, shut up. Shut up. I don't stifle you. Shut up. Stop
Welcome
talking.
to Drag the Lake with.
Be quiet. Stop talking.
Let's talk about farts.
It was. I just felt like you leaned in.
I did.
It chapped my ass.
You were absolutely right. It's one of those things that Andy, your suspicions were confirmed almost immediately, and I want to thank you for letting me be so honest with you.
Let Pat fly.
Thank you, Tanya. I know I'm not saying it right. I'm sorry, Tanya.
Sorry. I get weird about burping on mic.
Sometimes I'm a little tone deaf.
Can I tell you what it is about burping?
Yeah, actually, I do want to know because if this relationship is going to continue, we need to establish what my gases can be. What can be expelled here? What are we doing?
Well, first off, you always frame it that way. You're like, I need to know what I'm allowed to do.
Because you're the boss, Andy.
You fucking woman.
No,
I'm not saying I'm perfect. I mean, it seems like the world's saying that. What?
You're pretty heavily implying it, Andy.
No, my pet peeve my whole life has always been someone who just burps without any sense of like, oh dear heavens. my apologies. You know, so like it's like because I used to have, you know what it is? I think I had a girlfriend who do that, and she would always just burp, and then she would just go, I can't help it. Like, what do you want me to do? Just not burp? I go, no, it's the difference between being like, and then you go, like, that's always been my pet peeve my whole life. You know what I mean? Yeah, do a little whisper down the alley. I don't know. I'm just letting pet peeves run my life. Don't take this too seriously, Pat. No, calm down. No. No. Here's the thing. You just take a breath. I wasn't trying to be over. You got a little flustered. Yeah, that's right. I'm turning the table.
You made me breathe. No, no, Andy. I'm telling you right now. I want us to be successful as a couple. And I want us to be public, and I want everybody to know how we
gay lovers.
Yeah, that we are one. But I want to know also, as somebody who does burp, who most of the time can't help it, but does
What?
enjoy. I
Did you
most of the
say
time
wait? Did you say most of the time can't help it?
can help it. I
Oh,
can,
good,
but
good,
I
good,
do
good.
have
Because I
those
was
sneakers.
gonna say that is an irrelevant. If you were saying can't help it, irrelevant interjection. It's how you skirt the fact that it's happening.
No, it's absolutely it's one of those things. But I am somebody who embraces all of my gas and all of my expulsions and any. I love sneezing almost as much as I love coming, and
You like sneezing?
I love sneezing, dude. I don't cover my sneezes, but I do
Oh,
try to.
that's crazy. You
I
do
know
that?
I'm awful.
That's wait, like around people you don't cover up?
I aim them away, or I blow them. I don't go like
Okay.
like,
You
I'm
you
not.
turn your head.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
not like like
I was
right
gonna
at
say
your
that's
face. No.
well, honestly, if
But
you're
if I
not
stifle my sneeze, I feel like honestly, I literally like Tanya said, I gotta fucking fly, dude. You gotta let me.
here's your problem with what you're doing right now. You're actually creating more of a legend than you're actually doing. You're not that. You're acting like you're the grossest. You're the grossest guy. You're acting like you wake up every morning and roll around in shit, and you're just like, I'm as happy as a pig in this. You know what I mean? Like if this was a pig in this, I'd be just as happy as him. But then you like tell these stories, and you're like,
I feel
you're actually like a polite young man, Patrick.
I,
You're
I
actually like
literally,
a you're actually like a polite, great person. And like, but you
yeah.
sell yourself as like, wow, look at that pig and shit. I wish I was that pig.
Oh man, I love sneezing and farting and pissing, and like I love everything that comes out of me. I love it. I fucking love it equally.
I
Every one
hate
of
pissing. I like farting.
I love
If I could stop, I'd stop pissing.
really.
I hate it.
Some people say that about sneezing. Some people, isn't it Vince McMahon hates sneezing? Hates it. Like me and Vince McMahon
Maybe.
would never be able to work together. If I was if I was as big of a wrestling fan or bigger than you, I would be crushed at the fact that I would never. I would always have. He loves fart humor, but he hates sneezes, and I love them both the same. And I just don't understand that kind of life.
No, I like farts. I don't like when people like. I don't know. It's just like if you rip a fart, there's definitely context. Like if it's
Yeah.
I'm doing a bit right now,
Yeah,
but if you just like if you're next to someone and you're both at like you're at your work desk and someone
Yeah.
just rips a fart and they didn't even like consider making it less gross for you,
yeah.
that's just
You-
a subhuman to me.
I think you're a pretty consistent guy. I got to tell you, Andy, because it's essentially the same thought as like if you don't cover your burp or if you don't like show this like respect of if I sneezed on you, if you you ever feel that
Yeah.
fucking mist hit you and you're just like you motherfucker.
Because that's what I realized. What you were saying is like I don't cover my sneeze all the time because sometimes I'll hit a big sneeze and I'll get the fucking bugs all over my arm.
Yeah. Or I
But
do
I'll-
that. Andy
I'll
does.
turn.
Boom right there.
Yeah.
Poosh, it just shoots your shirt out. That's the best feeling in the world. But it ruins. Like there's been some messes here.
Cover your farts.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. It's like one of those things of like if you're not giving them a heads up or like a hey, by the way, if it's a sound, if it's a silent but deadly, and you don't even go like a, you gotta look
Yeah.
up, you gotta do the instant knowledge. Yeah, sorry about that. But if
Oh,
it's a
dude.
trigger, if they hate that, if you hated that much, yeah, you're right. You make a mess because that's
Like
the
you know what
choice.
you know what it is if someone rips a fart around you being like, oh, you know what we're like, fellas, we're farting and we're all and like he's expecting us to be like, that was a fart. I go,
Yeah.
nah, you're telling the whole room to go fuck themselves and I don't like that.
Yeah, it's really antisocial.
Tonye brought up one of the greatest farts ever is the sprint, dude. That's the funniest fart is when you spread your cheeks and then you just hear the
Yeah.
It's so funny.
The hot breath fart. Yeah, those and any mimicking. And I'm somebody who is a whiz at throwing your fart sounds. You get your different fart sounds for each thing, but it's if I knew that it really actually genuinely pissed you off, I would not do it on a regular basis. If I knew if it bugged you, it would be one of those things where I'd be like, I farted on you again. We're just But
Nah,
like there's levels to it. As a gross individual, as somebody who identifies, and I know you're saying I'm a sweet boy, as a gross human being, I definitely I may not present as a pig in shit, but I definitely feel as a pig in shit. Like
well,
right
no,
here, these are like rooting around and shit.
no, the difference is, I think you're focusing way too hard on the actual act. I'm talking about the context that the act is uh occurs in. So here's the best way to look at it. It's essentially like if someone's crossing the street when it's kind of not their time to cross the street, and then the car's coming,
Black
and
people.
they that's what you said. That's what you said, Florida Pat.
I didn't say it.
You just said it, Florida Pat.
I would never say that.
No. I'm talking about like when you're crossing the street when you shouldn't, then the car comes, and then you don't give a little jog.
Yeah.
I
I was right. I was
basically
right.
I basically I basically want that symbolically in all other events like that. Cause dude, you could make a fucking smash cut of me burping on the pod, but
Yeah.
I always do a good lean
No,
back to the side.
Yeah, you always give the respective jog. You give the acknowledgement. It's when you're completely ignored and then they lollygag. Whenever they're lollygagging, that's when I go like, you can't do that, dude. Like I know it says stop. I know it
Yeah.
says pedestrians crossing, but like, dude, legitimately, if the roles were reversed, wouldn't you want a little hustle? Wouldn't you
Well,
want me to
'cause-
just, like hustle
yeah.
a little bit?
Well, because it feels like I'm being kidnapped. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like I like.
It's exactly like being a prisoner of war.
It's
It is
exactly like
same exact thing.
it's exactly like being kidnapped. No, it's like if you saw a guy with a guitar in the subway, but he was like on the deck
Yeah.
or whatever. And you're like, I can walk away from that guy,
Yeah.
no fucking problem. But
It's
then
not
when
an
you get
assault.
when you get on the train, and then some guy's like, hey, I've been down on my luck. I wrote a song, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, you have just kidnapped me, and I will not put up with this.
Yeah, this is now a hostage situation. I'm pressing charges.
It is 1000% a hostage situation. Dude,
Yeah.
when like a comedian's up there and they're like, this is kind of my therapy, I go, hostage situation. You are trapping us in this. You're not respecting the people here. You're trapping us in this. I'm a hostage. I need my lawyer.
You don't have material. You're gonna tell me about your day. That's what's about to happen. You're about to go, and then Eric said, "It's gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this is the longest 5 minutes of my life." But you're right. You're trapped at the stop sign. You're trapped, and then it's the fucking lollygagging this way, and then somebody fucking. It's the worst when somebody just gets to the edge or just out of the way, but then they cross path this way, and they do the, and then they do the, and then but they don't fucking hustle up, dude. It is. I give that jog and the little little thing for every scenario, even if you got the stop sign, any of those situations. But I will say this: if I'm approaching the crosswalk and you're rolling up to that stop sign and you cruise right through that stop sign and you just drive right past because you don't want to wait, you don't even give me the chance to give you the motion. I don't give a shit. We've all been in that scenario. We've all been.
Say it again. Say it again. I wasn't.
I'm coming out of the store. Let's say I'm coming out of the store or I'm approaching that crosswalk. And at the same time, a car is approaching that stop sign, but they see me approaching. And instead of going I'm going to have to stop because, there's an approach.
They like speed up.
They go a little bit faster.
Well, it's just dangerous.
Every single time I do one of these,
dangerous.
I give them real definitive lifts and I go, fuck you. I give them a fuck you.
God damn.
Guess what? I got the right of way, buddy. So you know what? You can frickin' prick yourself, prick.
Whoa!
You know what? Why don't you buzz off, Dad?
Shit,
dude.
dude.
I gave you
gotta let me know when you're gonna. You gotta let me know when you're gonna do that, guy.
It's for YouTube, huh? Then you're gonna kick me off for the Sufi.
What are you gonna fucking demonetize me? I can't do that with my shitty pinky.
I don't know if I can do that with both of them. Ouch! Ow! That's why
I can't.
Andy, that's why we're here, not in Madison Square Garden.
Fuck, is that why?
Yep, that's the super finger. I can't do both hands at the same time. You can. Why can't we do both hands? What is that? What am I missing?
Well,
Dude,
This
I'm
hand,
devastated that I can't do double fucking sufis, dude. Oh my god. Ugh.
dude, I
Like,
have bad ring fingers. My
Yeah.
ring fingers,
dude, we both do. We're terrible husbands.
dude.
Hey. Whoa.
Oh, my fault.
Watch out. Those things are loaded, brother.
Woo!
Woo!
Huh. All right. Is there anything else? I think we did it.
Yeah, dude, we definitely got to close on sufis.
Yeah, I think we did the damn thing. Go check out the full album reactions. We're doing Dance Gavin Dance. We got a couple more of those left. Oh, thank you, Tonya. You know what Tonya did?
What?
Dance Gavin Dance, every album. They do like bonus singles and cover songs, and a bunch of people were asking about doing that, and I was just like trying to figure out how to do it. There was a bunch. Tonya said, I got you, champ. He made a whole playlist of all the extra Dance Gavin Dance songs. So after we hit Jackpot Juicer, I'll be able to do a full reaction to.
Fuck off. Fuck you.
Did you see what I did?
That sounded so good though. That was such like a rattler, dude. You had a fucking rattler. That was a good one. You could
Come on.
Give it here. Give me a little bit.
No, dude. Burps are to be embarrassed about.
We may not last, dude. This is not.
You do them in shame, in the dark, away from your family.
Tanya, do you want to be the co-host? Do you like the? I mean, you like. No, associate producer credit for this episode for sure, or for that episode at least.
Yeah, thank you, Tonya. Thank you for making the playlist. Look out for that. Also, the new music from Friday streams, well, videos, whatever.
Gimmick, Town Destroyer. We talked about the Requiem. I mentioned what was it? No, we talked about the fucking Green Day song, dude. We talk about it in the episode, obviously, but that Green Day song, they should thank us because we did not play the music, but we definitely suggest that every single person that listens to this should go listen to that Green Day song and then listen to our review and tell us if we are even one iota wrong. If we are a little bit wrong about our take, it is offensive. It is fucking, it's an attack. It's basically domestic terrorism. Obviously alien abduction.
You know what was funny? You know what was funny? Obviously alien abduction. Yeah, obviously. That was funny too because on all the videos, all the new music from Friday videos we do, obviously they get like a copyright restriction, not a strike, but like a restriction. But like it's usually just that. It goes, if you monetize this, the record labels and the bands will get the money, which is fine. We're fucking using their music. But then I saw in this one, there was like a partially blocked, and I go, what are we dealing with? We didn't play the Green Day song. Yeah. And I looked up on it, and I guess because it's Rise Records, the Requiem song is blocked in Belarus and Russia. And I go, hey, the Requiem. Who the fuck do you think you are? They can't hear your sweet tunes in Belarus or Russia?
Dude, yeah. Honestly, that's a huge market you're missing out on. Those Ruskies, they definitely love to rock.
I'm just saying, the views on that aren't what they normally are, so I think we're getting censored. We're not blackmailed, blackballed,
we're black guys.
We are black people. All right, we gotta get out of here. Guys, gals, everyone in between, thanks for hanging the Whoa! All right, we gotta get out of here. It's too fucking real. Oh my God. Have a good night. Be safe, everyone. Burp off, Mike.